Hello, I am ROW2501 or ROW2501, or as you'll see on some of my social media stuff, Rowan2501. And we are picking up where we left off with the last 7 Days to Die early survival tips for making it through the first at least 7 days of the game, till your first horde, so to speak. So when we last left off, I gave some very basic tips on, walking around without being detected, some of the stuff you'd need, you might need to farm or harvest in the early bit to, help you get along, those kinds of things. And we're going to continue with a few other little bits and hints. But also we are going to start to move more towards where I like to have my base in the normal map game, at least in the beginning. So let's see what we got. Got a bunch of cloth. Let's start by making some armor. Clothing. Insulation. And I accidentally took it off of favorite. Haha. Okay, let's put it back. I'm breaking my own rule. I should be crouched right now. There we go. Now let's make the stuff. Takes a few seconds to make each bit. As I said in the last video, this, little bit of clothing / armor that we have here, it will protect us from, it'll insulate us from the weather, but it will also give us some damage protection. If you look up on the top middle of the screen where it says clothing leg armor, it's got the durability and the percentage of what it can guard against, plus its durability towards radiation, which you should never really have to worry about, and we'll get more to that later. Okay, so we did it right. We should have... Okay, we just got to make a fiber shirt, it looks like. Fiber shirt. Okay. Now we're good. We look absolutely ridiculous, but hey, we'll live. So, next thing to do. Because I've played this game quite a bit over the patches since I've gotten it, I've got a general good idea of where I'm at. I'm going to start moving towards where I believe the town and hospital that I want to be at is. Getting a little late in the day, so I'm hauling my butt over to the base. But unlike the last time, we made a mistake, and I didn't have a door prepared for when we get to the house. We have to chop the door down, unfortunately, because all the doors in this game are locked. And as far as I know, there's no way to lock pick or anything. You just chop it down with your stone axe or your regular axe if you manage to pick one up along the way, which is possible. I've had that happen, gotten a steel axe or a iron axe. See if we can't down this guy. These are the bigger ones. These do take a little bit more to they hit harder too, plus they take a bit more to put down because they're bigger. So he takes a ton of hits. Thankfully we have this awesome club. Normally that's an ordeal. Okay, here's a guy. Oh, you know what? We're a lot closer to where I think I am. Oh, they got us. Got us again. Only bleeding now, though. Need to make a bandage. Okay. I made a bandage instead of using the one that I have in my inventory, which is the healing. That's the healing bandage, which means it, you know, gives you back a little bit of health, plus obviously whatever wound it is you have. But I think we're really, really close to where I normally put my base, according to this gas station. Oh yeah, we're literally right down the street from where I normally put my base. Let's go. Something you might think a little odd, but when you first kill a zombie, chop it with the axe like I did just a moment ago. Not necessarily for this rotted flesh, but this bone you can turn into a bone shiv. You can use that for self-defense, or its more practical use is when you hunt pig, a rabbit if you can manage to hit one, or a chicken if you can manage to hit one. Deer or pig really is probably most likely what you'll end up getting. Use that to skin it basically to get the hide and the fat and meat and stuff. If you just hit it with the axe instead of using the knife, you'll get far, far less out of it than if you used the knife. Here's a deer. Too bad we can't. Oh, maybe we can run up on him. Usually this doesn't work. Yeah, they're too fast. Oh, wait. Okay. He outran us. Lucky us, we were literally right next to where I put my base. So we're going to quickly run. Pray we don't see any dogs, or no dogs see us. There's a dog. These are the most deadly things ever. Quickly heal. Back to the door. Avoid the zombie that was coming at us. Lots of zombies coming at us now. This is not what I intended, but hey. Let's just lead them away. Come this way. Hopefully no other dogs show up. Ton of zombies for no reason. Back to the door. Cutting close. Unfortunately, we have to break them down now because they're going to be in the way. Quickly. Oh, can't believe that worked. Taking a beating literally, but don't know why that's not working. Oh, it's literally because of this guy. Oh, thank God. There we go. Hooray for her. Wow. Not gonna lie, thought we were dead men. But one thing we do need to do is get the and we are unfortunately poisoned. That's going to be a bit of an issue, but I got a way to fix that. Gonna search this house real quick. I already know where a bunch of stuff is because I've been here a bunch of times. Quickly loot. Really lucky this medicine cabinet will have something for us. Nope. I can dream, can't I? Screw it, search the toilet. Not too proud. We made it. This is where I usually put the base. A little bit of a harrowing task, but hey, we did it. We made it. Whew. Can't believe we made it, honestly. That was crazy. Green alcohol. That'll help us a tiny bit. Let's see, recipe. Make a bone shiv. Okay, before anything else terrible happens, bedroll, spawn point, done. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is zombies can climb ladders. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to knock this ladder down. Because I want to be extra sure that none of them come up here. I'm going to get a block ready. Basically, we're going to use that block to put over the hole. So when we wait out the night, the zombies will have a harder time getting to us, and we can effect our escape through the roof, which I will show you shortly. Okay, campfire. Any of the materials you see me placing or resources you see me placing down, you can put wherever you like. This is just personal preference. Getting favorite stuff ready. This tea, I hope, will heal us. And the problem is we need a cooking pot, which we're short of, obviously, but we might get lucky. If not, when we go to the hospital, there's definitely going to be medicine in that hospital. Okay, that'll provide more light. I made a storage box just a minute ago. Eventually, I end up making about 4 or 5 of these to put the various items. I separate them into their constituent parts, but for now, we're just going to put stuff. You can make antibiotics with that. Molded bread. Okay, still daylight, so we got some daylight to work with. I would say let's try that hospital, but that's going to be dangerous. I do have something we can do, though. That's the wood block. We won't need that till later. Shovel. So what I made was a shovel, and you'll see why I made that in just a bit. Now we got a bow and arrow. We can make some more arrows, but I'm going to hold off for just a little bit. Okay, need to make 2 more ladder pieces for the ones we broke. And replace them. Okay, our health isn't regaining because of the poison, but we'll solve that soon enough. Zombie right outside the door. You can hear his creepy moan. Okay. open door. Sounds silly, but be sure to close the door. Otherwise, the zombies will walk in. And run. Make sure there's no dogs. Kill this zombie. Okay, we've got points to spend, thankfully. That'll help us in one aspect. Okay, because I've played this a ton, again, there's a snow biome right over here. We're going to go collect snow, and we're going to use that for water. We have a bunch of empty jars. We can just put the snow in the empty jars on the campfire, and it'll make the boiled water. I don't believe we'll need a cooking pot, but we'll find that out when we get there in just a moment. We need to go more this way. See, here's the snow biome. You don't really have to worry about freezing or anything while you're here. You won't be here long enough to freeze or anything like that. Only thing you have to look out for are these really big lumberjack zombies that they take a ton of damage. They're basically tanks. You can take them down like I've been taking down any of the other ones, but they're fast. Ooh, look at that, night vision goggles. That's so gonna help us. Oh, talk about getting lucky. Oh, there's something super dangerous over there. Let's just back away. I don't know if you can see it in the distance, but there's a bear. Just as a little note, the two most dangerous things in this game, bears, and thanks to a cookout for zombie bears in this game. Isn't that awesome? I thought it was awesome. I mean, the first time it killed me, I didn't think it was awesome, but I certainly thought it was awesome that it was in the game to begin with. They're ridiculous, and they hit ridiculously hard. If one sees you, unless you have some high-end guns, you're pretty dead. I've only ever killed them with serious firepower. These tree stumps are turning into a gold mine. All right, we got to get some. We came here for snow. Oh, but until the bear startled me, the reason I said we got super lucky just a moment ago is because honey cured us. That can cure your zombie poison. And I completely forgot about that because the amount of times that I've had honey cure my zombie poison, literally once, maybe twice. I usually used ailing tea. We turned a super stroke of luck. And there's a lumberjack zombie right up there. So we're just going to run this way. Enough snow. Over there. It just makes me extra nervous. I was looking for feathers, birds' nests like this. Totally not worth it. We're going to get killed if we stay here. Time to run, literally. Goodness, if that bear sees us, we are toast. I cannot stress enough how much of a mauling that bear can put on you. If you see one, you're more than welcome to fight it. Attempt to fight it. Most likely, you'll stumble upon it. It'll see you and then maul you. Most of the times when I've been killed by a bear, literally, because I didn't see it or wasn't paying attention. But yeah, zombie bears, regular bears, they're hardcore. Can't talk enough about how hardcore those enemies are. We'll just run by these guys. Pray there's no dog. Up into our safety attic. See, the zombies kind of know we're here because we literally just ran by them. So destroy the ladder. Place the block. And basically wall yourself in. Okay, that'll mark where we need to open up next. So you might hear the zombies like tearing the lower part of the house up. Just let them. You can always refortify. Or rebuild whatever it is they knock down. Wow, we got some really good stuff off of those tree stumps. Good Lord. Got a grill. We had meat or something, we could cook it. Okay, can we do boiled water? Yes, we can. Nope, we need a cooking pot. That's so late. But we got tin cans, so that'll work. We've got more tin cans over here. Let's put those away for now. Snow has given us drinking water. I just ate the last can of food I have. So the next thing we're going to do is show you the skill points and the trees and all the stuff you can use to level up your character in various ways. Drink some water. Okay, we're good on that for now. All right, so character, skills. These are all the various skills that you can level up as you go through the game. Like I said earlier, every little thing you do levels something. So if you shoot any kind of gun, you'll level it. If you use the bow, the club is leveling this blunt weapons every time. Every time I make a weapon, whether it's an arrow or an actual weapon, this weaponsmithing gets raised. Anytime you make a tool for mining, building, anything like that, it levels this mining tools, toolsmithing, all that stuff. Make cloth, tailoring, everything. Every little thing does something in this game. There's new bits, and the new bits are this barter and secret stash. Because of the new patch, what they did was they added in like outposts where you can like use these casino tokens to buy stuff. Essentially, you're not alone in your game anymore. And in the previous patches, it was just you. Those tokens you collected, you just collected them for either no reason or you recycled them into brass for bullets. But in the new patch, they have thankfully added those guys in. So there's little outposts all throughout the map now where you can sell stuff, buy stuff. And these two little perks right here are for that. The scavenging one is like anytime you loot something, whether it be a bag of trash, car, doesn't matter, it levels this slowly. In my opinion, these are the most important perks that you have in the game, at least for the early game. One of them makes it so you don't have to eat as often. The other one makes it so you don't have to drink as often. We're going to go with the don't have to eat as often one. You need 10 points to level, just one. So we used our 10 points, but that's going to help tremendously. You can put the 10 points wherever you want. Scavenging into the camel, which is the one for drinking or water, dehydration. Personally, I put it in the savior, which is the food one. That way I don't have to eat nearly as often as without it. The next points I put will most likely go into scavenging. That way we can get better stuff and make things just easier overall. But I would say for the second part of the survival tips, we'll go ahead and call this one done. Got a little, I'm not gonna lie, got super hairy there when we tried to get into the house, but we got here. No panicking, like on the inside cover of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, don't panic. Well, there you go. That's what don't panicking gets you. We found the base, and here, we'll leave it here. So if you just spawn in new to the map, there's coordinates up in the top right hand side of the map. I'll leave it here so you can see 715 north, 1183 east is where I ran to on the map. Or right around there. Didn't really show you yet, but there is a hospital right across the street, and we'll get to that next time. But for this particular one, we just got super lucky, and I was literally right around the corner from where I wanted to be. I've got my base, I've got my attic, I'm safe, at least for the night. I've got water. I've kind of solved my food problem, but I still got to go figure that out. We got some great drops from just random things, which can happen in this game. Hopefully that happens for you. Didn't do a whole lot in this one, but kind of just run here and beat up some zombies and stuff. But we'll get into some more of the little aspects when we come back to the next one. Hopefully this one helped you. Comments, criticisms, anything like that will help. Questions about the game in general, leave them down in the comments and we'll address them as quickly as possible. Thanks for watching, and stay alive.